You don't see this every day, St. John the Baptist. Well, hello everyone, my name is Steve. I'm an okay shepherd from Galilee. I've come here today to talk to you about my friend, Jesus, the Good Shepherd. Actually, the greatest shepherd. Although, now that I think about it, I actually never saw him near any sheep. Actually, I don't even think he liked sheep. I don't think he liked the smell of them. So you gotta kind of wonder, why would a carpenter who's never around any sheep call himself the Good Shepherd? I mean, what's going on here? The clue to understanding this is you have to realize Jesus knew his Bible. And he loved, especially, Ezekiel chapter 34. You see, in Ezekiel chapter 34, the prophet calls the leaders of Israel shepherds. And these leaders have been so bad that they've allowed all of God's people to be scattered to all the nations. The people are lost and hurt and wounded. And so you know what God decides to do? God fires all the shepherds. Says, you're done. You're fired. And God promised that God will take charge, and one day God would raise up a true shepherd who would finally gather back all of God's people, gather all of the lost and lonely and wounded and heal them, and create a new covenant between God's people and God. Well, you see, Jesus was convinced he was that shepherd. Jesus believed that he was sent by God to gather scattered Israel, to gather all the lost and lonely and heal them and make them new, to share his life with them. Remember what he said? I have come to give you life and to give it to the fullest. And I'm going to tell you, I saw him do this in Galilee. I watched him gather as he called Peter and James and Thomas and Matthew and Mary Magdalene and Martha and Lazarus. I watched him gather God's people. I saw him heal them and make them new. And we knew, everyone in Galilee knew, that he was doing something new and powerful and beautiful. I have this permanent image of Jesus standing there in Galilee, arms wide open, welcoming people, saying, come to me, I have life for you. And today, for all of you that are getting First Communion, that's you, Jason. All of you that are getting baptized, that's you, Rodney. That's what he's saying to you today. He's saying, right here, right now, come. And you see, everyone in Galilee wanted to be with him. They wanted to be near him. And when they joined his movement, they got to know him. They got to know his voice. He got to know them. He loved them. He gave his life for them. So the reason I'm here today is to tell you that what Jesus did for us in Galilee, he wants to do today here at St. John the Baptist. He wants to gather all of us into him. He wants to share his life with us, the life of God, and make us his disciples. And if you are open to this, if you come to him and say, I want to know you, I want to know your voice, you know what will happen? You will discover that he likes you. You will discover that he's interested in you, that he knows your name. You'll discover that he knows your needs and desires, and that the one thing he wants to do is fill you with God's life and make you one of his friends. Now, when we gather here at Mass, this is exactly what he's doing. We come from different homes and different places, but when we gather here and sing that first song and hear those readings and receive the Eucharist, we're being led deeper and deeper into the life of God. And so for you 4 who are receiving First Communion today. Rod, you who are being baptized, you're being led into this community. You're becoming a member of this community where the risen Jesus is, because he is raised. And because he's raised, God has transformed his body so that he's not limited by locked doors or by distance or time. You know, we found that when we gathered after Jesus' resurrection, he was there. In Galilee, down in Jerusalem, in Corinth, in Rome. And because God has raised him, he is here with us right now. And so what he's inviting all of us, but especially you 4, to do is to enter fully and deeply into his life and become a new person, filled with his life. And could you imagine what would happen to this community if we gathered here every Sunday as intentional disciples of Jesus who desire to experience him, to know him, to hear his word, to be nourished by his Eucharist? Imagine what Jesus could do with us and through us. I think if we committed ourselves to that this Easter season, we would begin to experience the joy of the gospel and share that with everyone we meet. Amen.